This example will be simplifying a logarithmic expression which has three parts in order to evaluate it. So to do that, we'll need to use the laws of logs. So before I get started, again, I want to look at all three bases here to make sure they're the same. And all three of these are base 3, which is what I want to see, because if they're not, I can't apply the laws of logs. So for the first expression here, I have 2 log base 3 of 6. So I could rewrite that as log base 3 of 6 squared. I don't want to have any numbers multiplying the log in front if I'm going to apply other laws of logs later. So that's why I'm doing this operation where I'm moving the 2 there. Also, I'm going to do the same thing with the 1/2 here and move it up here on 64 as an exponent. Give me log base 3 of 64 for the 1/2 plus log base 3 of 2. Now I know what 6 squared is, so I'm going to do that. I'll say log base 3 of 36. I also know that the 1/2 is the same as the square root. I say log base 3 of the square root of 64, which is 8. To that I'm going to add log base 3 of 2. Now, using my laws of logarithms, I know that if I have 2 logs with the same base, then I could rewrite those as a multiplication sentence. So I'm going to do that here now in a minute. And also, if this was subtraction instead, I can rewrite that as a division statement. So I'm going to do that first. So using the subtraction here and the second law I just wrote down here, I have log base 3 of 36 divided by 8. And using this third part here, I would need to multiply this by 2 afterward. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of the multiplication and division here now. So I have log base 3 and I have 36 divided by 8 times 2. Now it's not going to matter what order I do the multiplication and division in. So I'm going to multiply the 36 by 2 first. I'm going to get 72 over 8. I can then divide 72 by 8 and get a value of 9. So now I can do one of two things. I know that 3 squared is going to be 9, so I can jump up here and say this expression evaluates to give me 2. If you don't see that right away, we could set that equal to x. We could say 3 to the x equals 9. Coming over here, that would be 3 to the x equals 3 squared. So again, we still see that x equals 2. In other words, this expression would evaluate to give us 2.